On commentary, I actually have two of the developers of the game, Tudos and Balam. Guys, want to go ahead and introduce yourselves before we get started?
Morning, I'm Tudos. I helped make this. That's all.
Hi, I'm Balam. I also helped make this.
Excellent.
DK64randomizer.com. Go visit.
Yes, all sorts of information listed over there if you want to get into this game. It's very fun to play, even if you've only played a little bit of DK64 in the past. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do a countdown here. So when I say go, we'll go ahead and start. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck.
Thank you. I actually already forgot to check what keys I had.
4, 6, and 7 is what you already have.
4, 6, and 7. Excellent, thank you.
So, Tudos, if you want to kind of give a background of kind of the goal of DK Rando.
So obviously, Romulus has one particular type of settings being used here, but we're gonna go over the settings he's using here, and if we have time later, we can always go over what else can be randomized if you wanted to play DK64 randomized. So as you can see, the very first level he went to was not Jungle Japes, it was Frantic Factories. So we randomized the order of the levels here. So in this case, Frantic Factory ended up being level 1. A lot of things to talk with right off the bat here as well. As you can see, he starts with 2 Kongs. You can tag anywhere, so no backtracking required really. And you're going to eventually see when he comes up to the Kong spot at the bottom of Factory here in the storage room that it may or may not end up being Chunky Kong.
It would be nice to get Chunky Kong, but yeah, who knows what we'll get here.
There's another thing that was randomized that he just went past, by the way. It was the purple hair Kasplat. That's normally Diddy's in the vanilla game, but the locations of the Kongs that can get those blueprints are randomized.
And to give kind of a general background of, Tudos mentioned a modification of the game called Tag Anywhere, and it sounds like what it sounds like, basically. It allows you to change the Kongs pretty much anywhere you want by either pressing D-pad left or D-pad right. And so he has 3 Kongs right now, which is DK, Lanky, and Tiny. So if he presses D-pad left, he'll change to Tiny, and if he presses D-pad right, he'll change to Lanky.
It's a very handy feature. It cuts down on a lot of backtracking that you would normally have to do while playing this game.
Now, if you remember earlier, I was saying that Chunky's only that spot where he freed there. He actually freed Tiny Kong, so that's just another example of some of the things that have been randomized here. So the Kong locations where you free the Kongs have been randomized too. And then something else to note here as well, actually, Romulus is kind of close to it, but if you took a glimpse of the Trophenskopf portal, you'll notice that there was numbers on it in DK64 Randomizer. That indicates the amount of bananas that you need to feed to Trophenskopf. So instead, they're going to be randomized, of course, the amounts you need. So in this case, you don't need to actually enter then look up at the door to find out how many bananas you need. It's just right there on the portal, and you can easily see it. So big quality of life change there. Then coming up, yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say now we're checking out a couple shops here. We need to unlock a ton of moves throughout the course of the game, and we have randomized pretty much all sorts of different things you can get with the Kongs here at these shops. So normally you only get like special moves here at Cranky's little area. But you could get a gun for one of the Kongs, or an instrument, or an upgrade for all of the Kongs even.
Yeah, and to add on to that, we've added the faces of the Kongs that can buy moves at each shop, so it's easy to tell if you need to buy a move there since they're going to be randomized throughout the levels now.
Yes. And we just got one of the best early game upgrades to get in the game, Mini Monkey. Balam, you want to talk about why early Mini Monkey is so incredible?
Yeah, sure. So, one of the big challenges when routing DK64 randomizer is coin usage. You obviously want to buy pretty much all of the upgrades in the game in order to access all the keys you need and all the color bananas, etc. And so you need to spend quite a significant amount of time hunting for coins, which, if you have played DK64 before, you will know that it is color-coded and you need to pick up specific coins as specific Kongs. However, if you get Mini Monkey, you can visit the Banana Fairy Island in DK Isles, where the Fairy Queen will give you Shockwave. The Shockwave being notable because you can use that to break dirt patches, which are scattered all throughout the game, and each dirt patch will produce a rainbow coin, and the rainbow coin will give you 5 coins to every single Kong. Even the ones you don't have unlocked yet, it will give you 5 coins. So this becomes really handy because if you find, say, 3 dirt patches, that's immediately 15 extra coins for all Kongs in the game, which is really useful.
And going on top of that, Frantic Factory is also, I would say, one of, if not the best level to get coins early. So very good fortunate coin luck on the seed for Romulus so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting Frantic Factory early is probably one of my favorite levels to see right away. Oh god. Oh, there's something else in here.
Yeah, just the amount of coins you're just given for free, basically, as long as you walk around to the normal spots, is pretty insane for this level.
Yeah. Like, you're already going to be going there, and they just, you know, it really helps early game just getting enough coins for you to visit later levels. Big fan of getting factory early. Oh god.
You might... You might recognize, if you have played a lot of DK64 or watched a lot of DK64 from the speedruns or randomizer, that the enemies are randomized here, so that, you know, you wouldn't normally get ghosts in the game or anything like that in terms of this level. So we have randomized what enemies spawn where, and there's a few interesting ones which have been pulled from various areas of the game which Romulus will definitely want to avoid. Hopefully not foreshadowing a terrible fate.
You probably just did it. Yeah, this is the last shop here in Factory. There's 3 per level for most levels. Some of them there's only 2. And so I want to check out all of them because they're going to most likely have something that I'm going to need for later. And yeah, so right now, for the rest of this level, I don't have key 1, so I need to get key 1 from this level, so I need to collect 50 total color bananas. I only need 9 more, so that's no big deal at all. And then I will be able to go and fight the boss of this level, and then get key 1.
Speaking of keys, going off how keys work, it's basically the same as vanilla DK64, and it's not quite as obvious as you think. Level 1 does unlock level 2, and level 2 does unlock level 3, but level 3 does not actually unlock any levels. Level 2 actually unlocks level 3 and 4, or sorry, key 2 unlocks levels 3 and 4 at one time. Level 4 unlocks level 5, but level 5 unlocks level 6 and 7 at the same time. So it's not entirely obvious what you can unlock. You do start with 3 keys in the setting here, so in theory, Romulus could go check out level 5 and see how much gold bananas it costs to get in there, but it's very, very likely he's not going to have nearly enough to get in.
Yeah, not for a while, but even just having that little bit of knowledge can be very, very helpful. And while I'm also collecting some of these bananas, there are also just some really fast golden bananas that I can pick up as well, because we're going to need a total of 69 golden bananas to finish off this randomizer seed.
Oh. Nice.
So Romulus here is demoing another part of DK64 Randomizer, which is randomized puzzles. So we have randomized where the switches are and also the orientation for this minigame here, which means that those who have played the game a lot and know the default layout of the switches will have a little bit of a hard time trying to find them because they have to go against their muscle memory.
It was already hard for me because I couldn't count to 16, but I guess that makes it hard too.
Counting to 16 is difficult sometimes.
I was gonna say we should have had the raid help out with that, but they came in a little too late. That's okay. Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome to some DK64.
Not just DK64, DK64Randomizer.com.
Check it out. Got a lot of helpful stuff there.
Also, feel free to join the Discord at discord.dk64randomizer.com.
Is that actually the name of it?
Yeah, we have our own sub URL for Discord. So yeah, discord.dk64randomizer.com if you want to join.
Oh, I have a donation from if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sure. It's from let's see, Trinity as for $10 and comments. Glad to support this great charity. Thank you, Carter, for your part in all of this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your generous donation.
All right, going back to the game here, as you can see, we significantly sped up the amount of times. I think it was either 4 times or 8 times, Balam. Basically, you feed 1 banana every frame.
Yeah, normally it takes super long to feed, all these colored bananas in, but it takes no time at all now. Just a nice little quality of life change.
Yeah, it's I think it's 4 times. It's been a long time since I changed that, but I believe that the game made it so that you had to turn in 1 color banana every 4 frames, so we changed it to every frame because that would be slow.
Yeah. We don't like to be slow. We like to go fast whenever possible.
Heading into the first boss fight, Lanky can barely fight Mad Jack, and it's obviously not going to be Mad Jack here. So we're going to fight Dogadon 2 as the boss. Or sorry, this is Dogadon 1. Excuse me, this is the Aztec Dogadon.
Yes.
For the fight in Factory.
This is probably one of my favorite boss fights because you don't really have to think while you do this. You just kind of jump around and wait for him to stop shooting fireballs, and then you throw a barrel. And it's really nice and easy.
And also to clarify, because it might be a bit confusing since Romulus is in Factory, which is normally the 3rd level, fighting the boss of what is normally the 2nd level. With Randomizer, which is the 1st level, this will give you key 1. So the keys are always tied to the level order if you're doing the level order randomizer portion of DK64 Randomizer.
Yeah, so once I get this key, that will let me go into the 2nd level, and we don't know what that's going to be yet. But yeah, we just need to access all the different levels, check out all the shops, get all the moves while collecting 69 golden bananas. That's kind of the big picture idea of what's going on here. With that, we got key 1.
Nice. So now Romulus can go visit the 2nd level, whatever it might be. There is another small feature in DK64 Randomizer where as soon as you collect a key, it will automatically turn the key in for you, should you so desire. It is an option. So he doesn't have to go visit K-Lumsy, the dinosaur, to turn in that key to open the level. It's already open for him because he has collected key 1.
Yeah, pretty handy. Don't have to go visit...
DK Isles normally usually has moves in the shop too, but not today. There is a chance that there will be shops that don't have item or moves for you or items, so nothing today.
Yeah, I am a big fan of trying to remember to go to... Oh, wait, wrong way. Over this way. I sometimes have trouble remembering to even go to Isles Cranky because For a while, he wasn't in the randomizer seeds. There wasn't anything ever at his shop. But now that there is, I'll sometimes forget, and sometimes it can be a very, very important upgrade.
It's a very tricky
So-
thing as well to figure out when to route in visiting Ask Cranky. Some people do it at the very start of the seed before they visit level 1. Some people want to do it after they visited level 1, and some people kind of just want to gamble and not visit him at all, just so it, like on the eventuality he doesn't have anything. So it can be a lot of interesting routing decisions going into just a small thing of should you visit Ask Cranky and when.
Absolutely. And you might have also noticed a lot of the sounds in this game are not what you probably remember them when you played through this game as a kid. Titos, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I have your stream music. I can't tell what exactly song is playing and whatnot. But the songs in this game are randomized. The music, the sound effects are randomized. It's pretty amazing. And actually, something to note there as well is that the hint doors also have random hints.
Yes. Yeah, the hints could range from simple things like here is where this upgrade is purchased at, to something as complex as like you're going to end up fighting K. Rool, the final boss of the game, with these 3 Kongs. Normally in the game you fight K. Rool, the final boss, using every single Kong. It's this big long ordeal. But in Randomizer, you only have to do it with 3, which is really nice.
And going off of that, basically in Helm you normally need all 5 Kongs to unlock room as well, but we also have 3 random Kongs that will do 3 random rooms. That's very important because if you ever watched randomizers before, there's a significant part of randomizers called Go mode, and Go mode is basically do you have all the items, all the moves, etc. to beat the game. And the final boss fight, you need, of course, each Kong needs a specific move to beat K. Rool, and then the Helm rooms, you need the Kong's instrument to do the room itself. So every single randomizer for DK64, those things kind of shape the way of how Go mode is in this game and kind of makes every seed vastly different on how you route it.
It helps keep it interesting.
It's also interesting because not only do you have to have the instrument in order to access the room in Helm, but you also might need to get extra moves to do the mini game barrels that are behind those rooms in Helm. So there is a chance, I don't know about Romulus08, but there is a chance that you might have something like Ponytail Twirl, which is not required in many areas of the game, but might be hard required for Randomizer because one of the Helm rooms requires you to do Ponytail Twirl for a mini game.
Yeah, I lost the race because of that.
Yeah.
I gambled not having like the very small chance of that room not having Ponytail Twirl, and you needed it.
Yeah, there's only one mini game which I think hard requires Ponytail Twirl, and 2 Dice got it.
Really unfortunate luck. Oh boy. So I'm going to take a quick peek down here. Normally, this is where you unlock Tiny Kong. But it could be any other random Kong here to unlock, and actually it is nobody. Sometimes that will happen where you just have randomly no Kong unlock this. And I can't even collect that golden banana there. The little... You might have caught it on stream. There was a little face to the left which had Chunky's face on it. So I'm going to have to come back here with Chunky if I want to get that golden banana.
But it looks like Romulus is going to do another golden banana in here as well, which is the tiny claptraps room. Well, it's normally claptraps in the vanilla game, but in the randomizer, if you have enemy random on, it can be any enemy whatsoever. So you could get, some ghosts or, just like some various enemies, which might prove challenging. Also, shout out to that dice who fell into the water.
Enemies have really weird AI sometimes.
Did we talk about the ice being unfrozen?
Ooh, good point.
Yeah.
So we did make some modifications to some of the ways you can free Kongs in this game. If you remember in Frantic Factory, the switch to free who was ever in the chunky spot was on the ground next to the pipe. That basically makes this game is built in logic to calculate if you can beat a seed. And we've had, I don't want to say we had to move, but it made seeds a lot more random if we made it so that any Kong can free that Kong location instead of just Lanky. And then here we pre-open the ice so that we can allow Diddy or Chunky to free the Kong there instead of just Diddy with multiple moves needed. So that does allow for a little bit more flexibility in the logic.
It also allows for kind of stuff to be like, you don't need like a huge list of things to free Kongs. You still need some items here and there. So for example, in if there is a Kong, well, there will be a Kong. With the Kong in Llama Temple, you need a Kong's instrument and their gun. Which Kong? We don't know. But normally, if you wanted to get that Kong in a vanilla game, you would also require Baboon Blast, which, you know, that's an extra move which can cause problems for some people.
I think I'm missing something. I'm missing like 5 color bananas, I think. Is there an obvious one that I'm missing, you guys? I literally need 33 and I cannot find this last bunch. Like some over here I missed. This is the fun part of DK, is trying to remember where everything is.
Could be that you need a move that you haven't. Kudos, do you want to rack your brain? I'm trying to like it.
It must be something I missed inside the temple. I'm gonna pop back in.
Oh yeah, you can get some lanky color bananas. There's some
I was about to say, like, did you get the lanky bananas by the vulture?
I didn't even know there were lanky bananas over there. You learn something new every day with these seeds.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll get like kind of tight requirements where you might be a little initially stuck, like, oh, I've got some color bananas which I've missed. Where could they be? And it'll just be a case of you probably just have to go around the level once more.
Yeah, now we got all of the color bananas we need. We only need 33. Really nice, low requirement. I'm going the wrong way. So now we're going to go fight another boss. We get 2 bosses in under a half hour, which is kind of crazy. Usually don't see 2 bosses this early, I would say.
And actually, Romulus rolled a pretty nice seed in regards to keys. It's better to get the keys earlier rather than later, because then you have to account for routing in golden bananas with the normal bananas later on in the later levels. Since he has a bunch of later keys, that won't really be that big of a deal.
Come on, Tiny.
Additionally, also, he has the benefit of the earlier in the game, the color banana counts tend to be a little lower because not only does he have fewer moves and fewer Kongs, but also we've got it trying to match a kind of linear scale so that as you progress through the game, the banana totals will slowly go up and up and up and up.
Yeah, collecting colored bananas in early levels usually isn't that bad. Since you only have 2, maybe 3 Kongs early on, and the logic will usually expect you to get a key in that level before progressing, so it'll only put in a certain amount of colored bananas of the Kongs that you have unlocked, so it's usually a lot lower. So now we get our second boss fight. Go with DK. No idea what this could be. DK fights a lot of the different bosses, so it could be anybody.
So this is Armadillo 2. Now, something else which you might notice, which is coming into effect now, is short bosses. So DK64 has a lot of long boss fights, and so some people wanted to have them shortened, and so we've implemented a feature where you can optionally shorten them to around about 3 phases rather than 4 or 5, which is kind of the vanilla DK64 standard. So for this boss fight, the boss will skip the first phase and just do phases 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, it helps speed this one up a lot. Normally when you play through this game, this boss takes a very long time.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it is the longest of normal boss fight. Obviously, K. Rool's gonna be the longest by far with his 5 phases, but this one's up there.
Yeah, this boss is kind of roughly similar in terms of vanilla time length to the Dogadon rematch and also the King Cutout fight. But with shorter bosses, the aim is that every boss should be beatable in under 2.5 minutes, which really helps with this game.
Absolutely.
Makes it a little less tedious.
And it also cuts out a lot of cutscenes that you normally have to watch when you go through and play this game. Just, a little bit more to help speed things up. And all I'm doing right here, I'm just staring at the ground. I like looking at floors. But for real, DK64 has a lot of lag, and you try to reduce it whenever you can. So I'm not doing anything else here, so I'm just, looking at the floor.
Yeah, DK64 even has so much lag that there's a secret debugging tool which the game uses, and part of it checks for if the game has lagged enough, it thinks it has crashed and will show some debugging information. And so we've had, during the process of development of this randomizer, some people erroneously activate the crash debugger because it has lagged so much that the game thinks it has crashed.
Which is pretty funny. This game can crash a lot. Actually, I think the very first randomizer seed I did, I got into Hideout Helm towards the very end of the game, and it immediately crashed.
The important thing to note, though, is that we have done a ton of work, not only making sure that the randomizer is stable itself, but also patching out vanilla bugs and areas where the game does tend to crash more often than not. So the chance of getting any form of bug or crash in a randomizer seed is pretty low.
Yeah, thankfully. Also getting very lucky, these B lockers that block these doors, they can have a random requirement of golden bananas that you have to have before entering. And luckily we've just so happened to have enough to gain access every single time without any trouble.
Getting pretty lucky with the B locker count so far. Really nice. Very nice seed for us. We've seen a lot of evil seeds in my time playing and watching DK6 randomizers, but this is definitely one of the nicer ones so far.
Yeah. Just a colored banana there. Oh well. There's so many colored bananas on this level, and since it's a early level, the requirement will probably not be too terribly high. And getting castle...
Yeah, hopefully...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, I was about to say, hopefully Romulus will be soon hearing a small bell ding. So one of the small features that we've added that actually Romulus requested, if I remember correctly, was that when you hit the color banana count to open a Trop and Scoff door in the level you're in, a small bell ding will be heard to indicate that you have reached that amount, which saves a little bit of time from not having to check banana counts and stuff like that.
So 158 for this level is not too bad by any means. That's definitely doable. And we even got homing ammo, which is pretty nice, honestly.
Happy to support the homing ammo supremacy narrative.
Homing ammo helps a lot. It'll automatically hone in on switches and other random things. Enemies, if you got to clear out a room of enemies. And we just so happen to get it in a level where there are actually homing ammo drops. Not right around here where I'm at, but where I'm going in a minute, we will be able to pick up some homing ammo to use. And actually, I'm gonna do this banana. No, I'm not.
Didn't have ponytail 12.
Forgot about that. Oh well. It's very easy to forget what stuff you don't have in this game and just accidentally throw yourself off a ledge, but oh well.
Romulus is going to go back to where he was, and I'm just to see what are you going to do in this room, Romulus?
So I'm going to. This is just the quickest way to get over to the crypt, where there is another shop. There's a funky shop over there. We're just gonna pop in there, see what they have, and then maybe do a little bit more colored bananas while I'm here. Maybe grab a couple blueprints while I'm here. But I'm not going to stick around too long in Castle, because this is just to get key 3. I forgot that I even tagged that warp, so that would have been a lot faster. We just need... key 3, it doesn't open any levels, so I don't really need it right now. So I'm not too terribly worried about getting these colored bananas while I'm in here. At least getting all of them right now. Just getting a few that are on the way that I'm going, that's totally fine.
So another small feature is if you look on the top right, there is a D-pad graphic. Well, not in here, but in the top right, there's a D-pad graphic which not only shows which direction of D-pad will change to which Kong, but also it's a little reminder that you can also show the blueprint count and color banana count if you press D-pad up. And then now that Romulus has picked up homing ammo, he can change between homing ammo and standard ammo, which is really useful because homing ammo is sometimes not advantageous if he's wanting to shoot very particular targets, but homing ammo does not want to go there for whatever reason. So that the vanilla game doesn't support that, which is interesting, but we've added that feature, which really helps out with gameplay.
Oh yeah, that feature is super duper nice. Just another one of those things that would have been great to have in the vanilla game.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of things during development where part of it is just improving the vanilla game. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing DK64 for being bad or anything, but there are a lot of areas for improvement with the vanilla game that we've spent time working on, which includes not only the tag anywhere, but also the ammo swap, vanilla bug fixes, various things like that.
Yeah, and in fact, if you just wanted to play this game without even randomizing anything, you just wanted to play through the game again, I didn't tag the warp on the other side, you can do that. You can just play I think the setting is called vanilla, but better. Just play the game as, you know, where everything is normally located, but with the handy little upgrades.
Yeah, it makes your playthroughs a lot more... It makes it a lot more straightforward, a lot less backtracking just because of the Tag Kongs Anywhere mod. Definitely recommend it if you want to play the game without worrying about a bunch of backtracking.
Alright, so there's one more shop I want to check out here. Cranky's shop is up this little path, just so also happens to have a lot of colored bananas. We're not going to get up to the 158, most likely, on the way here. Especially because there are a lot of ground pound switches in this level particularly that are red color, and we don't have access to those quite yet. We have access to green for now, but if we get a slam upgrade, then we are able to activate those switches.
Yeah, it's also one of the benefits of having Castle as an early level, is that the later the Castle is, the more likely that the color banana count will require you to go and buy Super Duper Cinnamon Slam. So with Castle out of the way early, Romulus knows that he never has to worry about Super Duper Cinnamon Slam. He doesn't have to purchase that move at all because there is no chance that he's going to need it to get the color banana count for this level.
Yeah. I will have to come back to factory later on, though. There was one upgrade I had to leave behind at Funky's. That was for Diddy Kong, and Diddy has some really good upgrades, so we'll probably need to go back there later once we get Diddy. But we don't need to go there quite yet. So I'm just going to keep ascending a little bit here since there's some more convenient color bananas along the way. If we don't get the total required count, though, not a big deal. But since I'm here, I can grab another 5 or so along the way. And then after that, we're going to go check out whatever level 4 is, because we have that one open as well. I can actually do this really quick golden banana right here.
So someone in chat called Kamigino, hope I've pronounced that correctly, says that you wish that there was a built-in New Game Plus sort of deal, like you have all your upgrades from the start. There is actually an option with DK64 Randomizer where you can start with all your moves unlocked. You can start with all Kongs if you so choose. So there's a lot of ways to shorten the game however you desire.
I usually have Tiny's instrument when I'm in this room. I don't have Tiny's instrument right now. This makes this room a lot easier, but with homing ammo, it usually helps a little bit, but just finding wherever these flies are can be a fun time. Come on. Ah. And getting a few more golden bananas right now will help a lot because we don't know how many I'm gonna need to be required to get for level 4. Oh man, this fell. But there's not a lot of other. Oh, yep, we did fall. Okay, good time to leave the level then. Yeah, now we can go check out what normally is Gloomy Galleon underwater over here. But if I had to imagine, it might be Japes. Don't really know yet. It is Japes, very nice. We need 15. Okay, so we need quite a lot more golden bananas that I don't have access to yet. Not a huge deal. There are a lot of quick golden bananas I can get even just around here on DK Isle. Come on. I'll go grab a few of those while we're going. Every Kong on DK Isles has a banana that's locked behind just a gun switch. Really easy and quick to get. So I have all 3 of my Kongs actually right now have weapons, which is really nice. You don't get that happening very often. So I'm able to just grab all of these real quick. And there's also a place where I can turn in blueprints right here. And I have just a handful of blueprints. You might see them on my tracker at the bottom right side of your screen. I'm going to go ahead and just turn those in right now. Get a few more golden bananas to try to get up to the 15 that I need to enter into Japes.
Yeah, and the nice thing about turning in golden bananas here is that in the vanilla game, after the Poly cutscene plays, depending on what level you're turning the blueprints in, a certain amount of contraption cutscenes will play. And then additionally, for each banana you're turning in, it will play this golden banana drop cutscene over and over and over again for however many golden bananas you're turning, or blueprints you're turning into golden bananas. With Randomizer, we decided to remove all the extra cutscenes, as well as also reduce the amount of golden banana cutscenes to just the one to show it like this.
Yeah, and it makes turning in blueprints just really nice and quick. It's a nice quick way, since you're already collecting blueprints as you're running around levels anyway. A nice way to just, you know, if you want to dump them at one time, just get all your golden bananas out of the way. So I just need 2 more to get before we go into Japes, and I'm definitely going to want to go into Japes as soon as possible. So I think I'm going to go back to Factory. There's a few more quick ones I can grab over there. Thinking, there's like there's a couple mini monkey ones I can actually get there. They're pretty quick. So we'll be in and out of there, back over to Japes in no time. That's another skill that you develop after you've played the randomizer enough times. Just knowing where a bunch of quick golden bananas are. It sometimes can be hard to think on the fly of stuff that you need this way.
Yeah, thankfully, Frantic Factory has quite a lot of nice and quick gold bananas that Romulus can get here, especially with the moves that he has.
Yeah, we already have Mini Monkey, and we have guns for everybody, as well as Monkey Port, which is kind of handy. And we have one of DK's instruments. All those are pretty solid upgrades. I would say, I think having guns for your Kongs at the start of your seed is pretty strong. There's a lot of stuff locked behind switches throughout the game. And early Mini Monkey, like I said, is just super handy to get coins as quickly as possible.
The other benefit of having guns early is that you'll be able to shoot balloons, and balloons give you 10 color bananas per balloon. So if you have guns, it's also really good for quick acquisition of color bananas for your Trop and Skulls.
And here we're going to come up to a golden banana that we like to call the bad hit detection wheel. And you'll see why it's called that here in just a second.
Every speedrunner's favorite golden banana.
Oh yeah. Back when I used to do the no levels early speedrun. Oh golly. This was one of the most infamous in the route.
That is a big raid, dude.
I didn't even shoot on the board and it just happens to get it. You'll love to see it.
There's a shout outs to 8-Bit Drummer for the raid.
Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Just getting started here, about 40 minutes into our Donkey Kong randomizer seed. Heading up to our 4th level here. And it's nice, we already have key 4, so we don't need to collect any colored bananas on this level. Which in some ways is a little unfortunate because getting colored bananas here in Japes is usually pretty quick. So it's one of the levels I don't mind seeing if I need to collect colored bananas.
Jungle Japes level 4 though. He's guaranteed basically to get a Kong though because he saw a free spot earlier in Aztec. So it's more than and actually it's pretty confirmed that Diddy is going to be in this location, which is the vanilla spot.
Yeah. Doesn't happen every day you get a vanilla Kong. There's no one even else at that shop, so we're just gonna go grab Diddy real quick. Unlocking Diddy's a little bit more involved because we have to shoot some switches, but not a big deal.
If you have no idea what you're watching, you just came from these raids, you're watching Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer, which you can find out and play for yourself at dk64randomizer.com. Play today.
Very, very fun game. I would recommend.
So we did say it was French Vanilla Diddy Kong, but it is not DK Fring. It is Lanky Kong.
Yeah. Of course, that's also randomized, whoever unlocks whatever Kong, because, yeah, normally it's DK, but... So sometimes it can be really unfortunate you come to unlock a Kong, and you realize, oh, I don't have... maybe you don't have Lanky's gun, and then you have to go and you gotta figure out, okay, where's Lanky's gun, and then you gotta come back. We lucked out because we got all the Kong's guns real quick.
Yeah, this is definitely a pretty nice seed in terms of gameplay flow.
And we got Diddy, who is one of the strongest Kongs to get early game. I'd love seeing a start to a seed with Diddy Kong. We didn't get him, unfortunately, but not a big deal. We got him now.
Yeah, and Diddy Kong is usually pretty good to get pretty early on because Diddy has a lot of useful moves and a lot of gold bananas that are locked behind moves. So having him pretty early on it is pretty good for your seed for sure.
Oh yeah. Now that we got Diddy unlocked, that opens up these tunnels. There's one on the other side of the map as well, where there's a lot of these, because Splat's just hanging out, waiting for us to get the blueprint from him. And we just opened, we got Diddy, so now we can get this. Yeah, I'm going to do another real quick, we're going to pop over back to Funky's because we saw that there was an upgrade for Diddy Kong there. I'm going to grab that. Then there's one more shop in this level. There's I almost said Frankie's. Frankie Kong. Cranky Kong. Way at the back of this level. We'll stop and say hi to him.
Or asks, how much for the DK wrap in chat? I remember, chat, all this money is going to charity.
True.
So no matter what the price is, be sure to get your donations in now.
And we might actually hear the DK rap from all this randomized music. You never know. Could be anywhere. Could be in a boss fight. Just randomly get surprise DK rap.
Oh no! It's not the DK rap in game. You're singing the DK rap, Romulus.
Oh no, that sounds like a bad idea.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I like that, Shafy. $198 and Romulus does the DK rap after the run.
Oh god, do I even remember the DK rap?
And that will be at $1,000 donated if we hit that.
Oh boy. DK rap is a
Yeah, Carter, if we're doing it too, then you get to join in as well.
Get
Well, how
everybody
about
involved,
this?
the whole crew.
How about this? 1,000 for just Romulus, 1,100 for myself and Romulus, and then 1,200 for all three of us.
And if you get to 10,000, I'll ping a random member in the DK64Randomizer.com Discord to do it.
Get your donations in if you want to see it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, there's more Kongs here. I didn't even notice. Oh, don't have enough for him. That's unfortunate. Well, we know that his instrument's here. Which is a pretty important upgrade to get, actually. Getting Diddy's guitar unlocks half of Angry Aztec, where we know Chunky Kong is now. That's the last spot where he could be, so we definitely need that. Yeah, we're honestly off to a pretty solid start. I imagine we're going to have Chunky unlocked here in the next few minutes or so. I got to clean up a few things here in Japes, and then we're going to probably pop back over to Aztec once we get Diddy's guitar. And get Chunky, go collect some things with Chunky. Then after that, we're off to the races.
So another small quality of life feature that we have added into Randomizer is that if you are Rambi, you can pick up coins and color bananas for DK as Rambi. So that speeds up a lot of things. And that also applies for Oncard as well. He will be able to pick up the color bananas, coins, whatever for Lanky.
Yeah, and that's very handy. You're just, you're swimming around as on guard when you're in Gloomy Galleon, and it's sometimes not as convenient to just you know, de-transform and grab the thing. So that's another nice little change.
Yeah, hopefully when we get to Galleon, that should be a little bit more clear than here, where you will have like one room in a hallway where you can use Rambi, and that's it for the entire game. Actually, no, that's not true. There's the minigame with Rambi and Hell, but that's it.
Yep, and I honestly, I could come back here to get some more of these Rambi golden bananas, but I kind of doubt that I will.
Yeah, the caged golden bananas and japes are honestly some of the quickest golden bananas to get in Rando, but we've tried to change things a little bit with Rando so that there's a lot more golden bananas which are roughly the same time, so that which golden bananas you collect are less based on like just a flat line, this golden banana is always the fastest kind of thing, but more situational based on what moves you have, where you are, etc.
Yeah, now we got guitar. So things are looking good. We'll go get the best Kong in the game, and that is objective fact that Chunky Kong is the best Kong in the game. Don't try and change my mind.
And that's not really like oh, Chunky Kong's cool. It's more of like a Chunky Kong has so many convenient moves to supply you for the randomizer, really.
Yeah, he actually does.
Can I do a quick donation?
Yeah.
So it looks like Carter Freak donated $20, and he says, just putting us $20 closer to Romulus singing the DK rap.
Oh boy, that means we're $178 away now.
Thank you, Carter Freak, I guess.
Reminder, if we get to $1,000, Romulus here will sing the entirety of the DK rap, so remember to get your donations in, not just because it's a charity, but also to hear Romulus sing the DK rap.
We all know that's what you all really came here for. Got 2 blueprints and Tiny. Oh, I messed it up.
What Romulus is trying to do here is a small technique called slope reset, where if you backflip as Diddy, you can get to the top of the llama cage without using the vines.
Yeah, it's just a small little time save. Some things like that you see once and you're like, oh, this doesn't seem too bad to try out yourself, and now you're able to do it and save that time yourself later on. Oh, I don't have peanuts. That's why the gun wasn't working.
Oh, a sentence you hear every day.
Yeah, I think that there's like one unused sound effect in this game. And we put it in the randomizer pool.
Yeah.
There's one more shop over here. There's Cranky. Do a real quick check. Okay, it's a family shop.
What are we gonna get here?
Okay. That's a
That's
pretty nice
good.
find, yeah.
So that's the only shed move that is hard required for all seeds, because you need to slam the switch in chunky phase of K Rule, which requires super duper sitting slam.
Yep. Even though you get up to the red slam, super duper, the final boss of the game doesn't require you to actually have that move, which is kind of interesting. Like, that's even there in the vanilla game.
And so yeah, to kind of clarify, chunky phase in randomizer is always last. for a technical reason. But we are working on removing that restriction, which will be in a future version. TM.
So one thing to point out here, Chunky for sure is in the lanky location here. One Kong the Kong that unlocks in that spot, you need to have both your instrument and your gun. DK is the only one that has that so far, so unless it's DK, it's likely that Romulus is not going to be able to free him here.
Yeah, I'm really just kind of hoping and praying that it is Donkey Kong, but we will see. And if it's not, I'm gonna just clear up some other golden bananas here in Aztec to try and get a few more before we go on to level 5. Moment of truth coming up here. Hello, Mr. Kosha. Ah, it's Diddy, so I cannot do this.
Yeah, he could play guitar here, but you would still need the gun to actually open the cage, so not gonna happen right now.
Yeah, I actually should have done that in retrospect and save a little bit of time for later, since I was already down there. Not a big deal. There's a few golden bananas over here that you can grab. These are all locked behind a gun. So I can do everyone's except Diddy's right now. I might not do all of them. They aren't super fast, but they're decently fast if you're already here.
Ooh, we're slowly inching our way closer to that DK wrap, now down to $158. Get those donations in, folks. This is literally a once in a lifetime performance by Romulus right here. So,
and that I will literally never do it again. Oh, if you hear that noise, yep, we got a security guard right here.
Looks like there's another Ryan Q. There's another donation from Bidwell for $20. It says, "I must hear Romulus sing the DK rap."
Oh, the security guards! So the security guards from the maze games have been put into the enemy randomizer pool, and if they catch you in these levels, you're going right to the beginning.
Yeah.
Not of this area. You're going right to the beginning of the level. Period. You're getting thrown out.
Thankfully, we didn't have to deal with that. Also, shoutouts to Fidwell. That is my brother. So thank you for your generous donation, I guess.
Not only can we see the regret, we can also hear the regret.
There's a lot of these Koshas hanging around too. These guys are a little bit of a pain in the butt to deal with. Oh yeah, we got the no scopes. This way, I can never remember. Oh, it's a mini game too. Exciting. Also, I think we forgot to mention this earlier. The mini games in Randomizer are all shuffled between each other.
Yeah, just another thing that can be randomized. It was one of the easier randomizers to implement for sure. And just a quick note about that, because this is something a lot of people don't know. There are, I believe it's like 10 bonus games that actually did not make it into the final games that exist in the game's code. Those have also been put into the pool, and some of them are like 2-minute long mini games, so it's kind of crazy that some of them can get to that length to be in the game. But they're here, you can play them. Another feature for DK Randomizer.
Honestly, it's quite surprising. There's a lot of the unused mini games which are better than some of the ones that are in the actual game. So
Oh yeah.
it's good to play them because you get a flavor of some actually really good minigame design.
And since minigames tend to be a little on the slower side, personally, I don't route in a ton of minigame barrel golden bananas into my route. But you know, it's always fun to check them out.
And it's also worth noting, if you really don't like minigames, which there's definitely a fair few people out there who hate the DK64 minigames, there is also an option to auto-complete the bonus barrels. So as soon as the bonus barrel is loaded into the game, it will auto destroy and will produce the golden banana or whatever reward the bonus barrel gives. So if you don't like minigames, there's also that option.
All right, so now I'm gonna pop on over. I think I'm gonna go back to factory, because in factory there's one spot where we could potentially get Diddy's gun if it happens to be there. There was one shop, it was Funky's shop, where potentially Diddy's gun could be, and if we get that, that helps a lot. So I'm just gonna go back, check it real quick. There's also one more shop in Castle, one more upgrade with Diddy there. What's the fastest way? This way. I never tagged the warp. Thankfully, I tagged the one. Nope, wrong way. Trying to remember where things are in this game is also fun. Alright, moment of truth. Hopefully it's Diddy's gun. I don't even have enough coins. And it is his gun, though. So that's handy.
That is handy.
So, I'm just gonna figure out where Diddy coins are. I think there's... I don't think there's any right out there. I think there's some... This tunnel going over here. Going up to R&D. I think those are Diddy coins.
Yeah, and to kind of reiterate what 2 days was said for any of the people coming from the various raids which have happened, there are a lot of coins in factory, so
yes,
there's definitely a few places that Romulus could have gone to get those extra Diddy coins.
In an optimal run, I think I would probably have grabbed a few more dirt patches along the way, which would have given Diddy more coins even if I didn't have him unlocked already. And so I wouldn't have had to worry about it. Also, happy 1 hour.
Nice 1 hour run.
Now we're going to go back to Aztec, where we just were. A lot of back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, thankfully, with DK64 Randomizer, going in between levels is incredibly quick, and it's a lot less tedious than in a vanilla game, because there is, for those who have been paying a lot of attention here, there is an option in the pause menu saying exit to aisles, and upon clicking that, it will take you right back to the start of DK aisles, which prevents quite a lot of like opening the pause menu to go exit the level, then like either having to walk to the end of aisles or whatever. Like, it just reduces a lot of backtracking when you need it.
Yeah, another very, very handy feature that I use a lot, pretty much every time I exit a level. I just go right back to aisles. Alright, now we're going to get chunky here in a minute. I just got to go pop open his cage using my newly acquired peanut pop guns. And we're going to have all the Kongs. And usually, I like to think we get all the Kongs around an hour. That's usually a decent benchmark as to when you unlock all 5 of your Kongs, after you've been playing for a little while, I guess, once you have some experience under your belt. So honestly, I think we're on pretty solid pace here.
Yeah, it does tend to depend on the seed as well. Like, you definitely get some seeds where you might unlock all Kongs by like the 40-50 minute mark, because the seed's been a little bit kinder to you. And then there's some which, you know, you'll be waiting maybe until the hour and a half mark, because, you know, it's been a bit brutal.
Oh yeah. There's nobody left in Aztec that I need to... Don't remember if there's anyone left at Funky to get. I'm gonna go real quick check Funky one more time here. I have another tracker that is not necessarily shown on the stream, where I track literally every single shop in the game, which helps a lot if you're going back to previous levels to pick up stuff for people that you already, for shops that you've already visited. So I know that there's something, might be something left at Funky's.
So, Broken Dylan in chat has said, don't know if this is mentioned earlier. Is this an already routed rando speedrun, or is it a blind seed? Romulus, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I'm doing this all off the fly. I have not seen anything in this seed. All I did was, before the run, I asked Balam if he would be willing to gen a seed for me, so he just went in and made one for me on dkrandomizer.com. And I didn't know anything about it going into it, so this is all just, trying to route as best as I can with the information that I've been given.
Yeah, and the only reason that all I did was just make sure that there was the seed was fine in terms of there was nothing too brutal that he'd be under the time limit, etc.
Yeah, sometimes you can have pretty brutal starts of the game, or maybe your first level is what was one I had the other day? There was one where it was Galleon as the first level, which can be a bit of a struggle. Because finding coins in Galleon can be hard. But we got Factory and Aztec as our first 2 levels, so I was feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, arguably the hardest starting 2 levels is Hassle followed by Fungi Forest, which is pretty rare to get, but it is possible.
Yeah, Fungi Forest is a level where there's not a lot of really quick golden bananas, and the colored bananas are a little bit tricky to gather efficiently, I'll say.
There's also only 2 shops in that level, and one of them's locked behind 2 guns. So if you get that a little early, you basically only can get 1 shop unless you get very lucky.
Yeah, that too.
And Castle is it's fine, but getting to each shop requires quite a lot of movement, and in the earlier levels you're mostly going to be focusing on going to shops early to get as many moves as you can to kind of front load your seed, basically.
And normally in this little room here, you're supposed to shoot these 2 little eye switches over there. But I just got Chunky Kong, and I don't have his gun yet. So I'm just kind of not really cheating, just optimizing. We'll say that. Get through here without needing to get Chunky's gun.
So basically you're cheating.
Basically.
Yeah, no, it's what we call out of logic. So the logic that we have specified for DK64 randomizer is tailored towards making sure that anyone, no matter their experience with DK64, can beat a randomizer seed. And so stuff which requires a little bit of advanced DK64 knowledge is not allowed. Glitches not in logic, and also tag anywhere is not in logic at all as well. So the maneuver that Romulus did relies on using tag anywhere, so that's out of logic because tag anywhere is not in logic. And shout outs to Elrock and Shadowshine and Xenenicus, who are the main people who've been working on the logic for DK64 randomizer. They've been doing an insane job with it, and thanks to them, we basically have the assurance that every seed that you generate with DK64 randomizer can be beaten to 101% completion.
If you want to complete it to full completion, which for the purposes of this run we will not be doing. Just to reiterate one more time, I guess, since we talked about it a little bit at the start of the run, our goal is to only get 69 golden bananas, which already we're well on our way to doing. And then after that, that's when we will complete the game.
Do you mind if I jump in real quick?
Go right ahead.
Alright, I just wanted to introduce myself. Hello everybody, I am Mirna. I'm going to be your hostess with the mostest over the next few hours. I see that we have the current goal of hitting that, 1,000 for that DK wrap. So remember to get your donations in. We all want to hear it. And yeah, good luck on the rest of your run.
Romulus is a great singer, so you want to hear this. I
Oh
never
yes,
heard him
yes,
sing
we
before.
very much do. I need this in my life. Let's go, chat.
Tudos.
We are behind you 100% in terms of supporting your singing career of the DK rap.
Ah, well, thank you very much. But not 101%. We're not quite there.
So, Chad, how much money for Romulus to do this at 101%?
Oh no. I don't think the rest of the runners of Pixels for People would very much like that if I delayed them multiple hours by doing that.
Oh, your run's at 9? Oh, it's at 3 a.m. now. Have fun.
Well, about that DK rap, we actually had Baskai for our previous host donate $20 saying DK rap, DK rap, DK rap. Thank you so much for that donation.
Yes, thank you very much.
We are getting ever so closer to that donation goal, guys, and we got plenty of time left to donate. There's at least probably an hour and a half left of the run, at least as far as the estimate goes.
Yeah, yeah, that's a pretty good estimate. All right, completely missed that by.
So only $138 more to have Romulus exercise his vocal cords.
And don't forget, the donations are actually going toward a great cause, the Child's Play charity. See, I was talking about this earlier, by the way. This is one of the unused bonus mini games. This is a speedy swing sortie, but there are zingers, of course, in between the vines. I'm presuming they took this out because it's pretty difficult. As you can see, he's getting bodied here pretty badly. But yeah, this is one of the unused ones that you can play if you play DK64Randomizer.com today.
Oh, so close.
That was close.
I'm not gonna try it again. Not a big deal. There's plenty of fast golden bananas to get, so I'm not too worried. And yeah, I mostly came back to factory here just to get some more, just to clear out these shops. I knew that there was another chunky upgrade over here, so hopefully it's something. Okay, it's Gorillagon, which we will need for beating the game. Something that isn't super helpful right now, but that's all right. And I think now is a good time in the run. I think I'm going to go ahead and move on over to the 5th level of the game, which again, I have no idea what it is. I don't even know how many golden bananas I'm going to need to get in. So hopefully it's 27 or under, because I'm going to grab one more over here.
Yeah, and this will also be a level which Romulus needs to pick up some color bananas for, because this is a level which he doesn't have the key. It's actually his final. Actually, no, he has level 3 still.
Ah, yes.
I was about to say this is the final level before Helm that he needs to collect the key for, but yeah.
Hopefully it's something that isn't too bad. We'll now find out. Ah, it's caves. All right, that's not the worst.
Yeah, Caves is one of the later levels in the vanilla game, obviously, but the shops are very easily accessible in this, so he has a lot of move options he can get here. This is a trick using the speedruns, actually, that follows them. And just so everyone's aware, that we follow a glitchless rule set, and that trick is used in speedruns, but it is glitchless. Damage boosting is allowed.
But it's not in logic, just to clarify as well. So
yeah, normally I
you
should
won't be-
use this Strong Kong barrel. It's a little slow.
Yeah.
So
logic
technically, yeah, Romulus was technically in logic when he got that, but that trick specifically is not required.
Yes. Grabbing some more quick bananas here. Since we have all 5 Kongs, I have full access to this entire, these 2 golden bananas and the blueprint here in this lobby. So that makes life a lot easier. Now, moment of truth, see how many we need. We need 34. A little bit higher than what I was expecting, but I only need 5 more. So I am just going to take a real quick trip over to the Snides here on Isles and turn in 5 blueprints.
Nice quick blueprint dump, and Snides is pretty accessible.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of 34 is roughly the range you'd actually expect because he has to collect 69 gold bananas in order to access Hideout Helm, and so yeah, 34 sounds about right.
Yeah, pretty much right down the middle. Mark on my tracker, because honestly, I will forget the level order if I don't put them on the tracker here like I have it shown at the bottom right there of the game. Very handy tracker, made by none other than Tudos himself. I believe, right? Didn't you make this?
Yes, that was me.
Wait, who is this 2-dice person you're speaking of?
But wait, wait. Speaking of Toodles, who's Kiwi?
Who's Kiwi?
In the DK community, we have lots of memes.
DK64 community memes, everybody.
And since I'm already here at Snides, I'm just going to dump pretty much everybody's blueprints. I'm probably going to hang on to Donkey Kong's. Since he only has 1, I'm going to probably make another blueprint dump later on. So I'm just going to hang on to his for now, since turning in 1, in my mind at least, isn't very efficient. This will get us up to 38, which is more than enough to get into caves. And then after that, we're gonna go get all the colored bananas that we can find in caves.
Yeah, caves is a pretty good level to get a key from because there's quite a lot of accessible areas, especially if it's a late level. And additionally, you also have 3 shops which are super accessible. So, yeah. And also, the best thing is that a lot of people dislike caves because there is a giant kosher at the top of caves who periodically rains down rocks roughly every 30 seconds or so. In Randomizer, one of the quality of life changes is that the giant kosher is pre-killed. So that way you don't have the rock fall every 30 seconds and caves becomes a much more peaceful and tranquil level to play.
Yeah, we just yeeted that thing out of existence, so no more rocks.
Which is, honestly, I don't know if I can go back to playing caves the other way. It's just such a nice little change to have. And as you can see with how often I'm tagging, having this, or changing Kongs rather, having this tag anywhere feature enabled really just helps you optimize movement really, really nicely. Helps make the game a lot more fun, I think.
Wait, you said it makes the game more fun? Oh, we can't have that, Balam.
No.
All right, time to remove tag anyway.
No! That would be so unfortunate.
Deleting tag anywhere.c.
Oh man, I was really hoping it was going to be Chunky's gun here. I think Chunky's gun is one of the best upgrades in the game. I know it's probably a hot take, but didn't get it, fortunately.
Yeah, one of the benefits of Chunky's gun is that Chunky's gun has the highest damage output of any of the 5 Kongs. So the pineapples deal 3 damage per pineapple, peanuts and coconuts deal 2 damage, and then the feathers and grapes only deal 1. So if you want to do damage to enemies like the Kasplat that Romulus has just killed, ideally you want to do that with pineapples, and you definitely never want to do that with grapes or feathers.
Yeah, grapes and feathers are the two weakest guns in the game. They take just a very, very long time to kill pretty much anything.
Welcome to bonus.
Yeah, I mean, because splats have 15 health, so pineapples only take 5 hits, whereas grapes and feathers takes 15. I'd rather take the pineapple.
Oh yeah.
So this is another demo of random mini games that you get from the bonus barrels. In the vanilla game, this bonus barrel normally gives you a Mad Maze Mall, but this time around it's giving him a Peril Path Panic, which I'm not sure is exactly an upgrade, but
I mean, at least it's not the 120-second collect a gazillion coins one, which is always a good time.
Nice. The best one is the what is it? The 200-second stealthy snoop or something like that.
Yeah, the stealthy snoop. What was it? The stealthy snoop coin collecting. What is that like a stash stash? That's
Yeah,
a good. That's one. That's one of my favorite ones actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one. And as you can see, we're already at 78 colored bananas for this level, which is off to a pretty solid start, just with me doing my normal basic routing. I accidentally left. I don't know how I did that. Back in 30k.
Because you held up normally, it's yeah.
That's just funny things that, you know, you've never done before.
So Romulus does have to be a little careful in this room, because this room is quite so notorious for accidentally allowing you to clip out because of the rotating structure of it.
Thankfully, it's never happened to me, and it's going to stay that way. I really hope I don't get bitten in the butt for that.
Yeah. I was gonna say you just jinxed it. What's gonna happen now?
I got a little bit scared for a second there. Got a little bit scared for a second there, because it usually happens if you move a little bit during the rotation, and Romulus took quite a bit of a fall during the rotation.
I like to live on the edge.
Yeah, if you've seen any DK64 speedruns or some of the AGDQ events, you might be aware that DK64 is an incredibly broken game, let's just say. And yeah, in Randomizer, we've patched some of the bugs which do cause negative side effects, which would not be a good idea. But for those glitch fanatics out there, pretty much every single bug in the game is possible to replicate on Randomizer.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. This game's pretty broken, but we love it.
Another fine use of homing ammo there to allow Romulus to kill all those enemies very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, we have it set up homing logically required for that, I believe, but you can technically beat that room without it.
It's just a massive pain too.
Oh, yes. Ooh, there's Sniper.
I mean, if you really wanted, it's also possible to beat that room with just oranges, but that's even more of a pain.
We are trying to play.
Who do you think we are, Lanky Kong?
I'm gonna take a quick peek over here, see how many bananas I need. Looks like 206, which we're already, over halfway. I don't have linky instruments, so I can't get through.
So yeah, there's also a possibility here, kind of just depending on if, like, what rooms Romulus gets in Helm. It is possible that Romulus might be able to skip both levels 6 and 7 in this run. Because he doesn't need to get the keys from those levels. So if there is nothing that he needs to beat the game that are in those levels, he can skip them. But it's quite a risky move to take.
Yeah, and especially since there's probably going to be a lot of fast GBs that I can get in at least one of those levels, going in there is usually what I end up doing, even if that situation was to happen.
Yeah, I feel like usually when people get both keys 6 and 7 right off the bat for their seed, they usually enter one of them still, even though it might be possible that they can skip both just for the golden bananas.
And here we're actually seeing one of the few times that Strong Kong is actually a useful upgrade. Normally, Strong Kong isn't very helpful for most things. But, I forgot I was supposed to be rolling here. That was the wrong button. Oh well, we'll just jam out here real quick.
Strong Kong isn't even provided in this room. And this room is quite notorious for being difficult to beat because taking damage from the ice maze, as you can see, reduces your health by 1 melon. So if you have only 2 melons, which is very possible when you're in Crystal Case in a vanilla game, if you touch the ice maze twice, you are dead and you have to retry. So this room is quite notorious for being quite difficult. So we added Strong Kong to make it easier, and a lot of people thought that Strong Kong was in this room by default or was intended to be in this room, so I think that's also part of the reason why we added it as well.
Alright, so I'm at 154, which is pretty solid. That's pretty much the last thing we need to do here. As well, there's also one more shop that I will go visit. We got Cranky's, which is just on the other side. I'm gonna clear out this one mini monkey room over here real quick. Then we'll go say hi to Cranky. I'm very low on crystals. Unfortunate.
So some of you might be noticing that Romulus looks a little nervous, and that's because if we get to $1,000 donated, Romulus will sing the DK rap. So
Trust me, you want to hear it. You want to hear it.
How close are we actually?
134 miles away.
138. I think you guys can do
130,
that.
sorry.
I don't know why I'm trying to encourage you guys to do that, but it's all for charity.
He is terrified. I can guarantee you that Romulus is terrified. So all the more reason to put him through that kind of pain is what I say.
Absolutely. Like I'm not tracking my blueprints. That's something that later on in a seed can especially be sometimes hard to do. It's just remembering all the blueprints you have. But thankfully you can just press up on the D-pad and you can see, oh, I forgot to track that blueprint. So, not a big deal. Alright, we're almost completely kitted out here with Diddy, but Simeon Spring, the last upgrade, his little pad, it's probably not a super useful upgrade at this point in the game, so I'm not really concerned about finding it. But getting, hopefully we get Trombone here with Lanky. That would be super nice. Game, please, cooperate. Yay, thank you, game. So we're only missing one instrument,
All right,
and that's
only-
just Tiny's. Yeah.
Yeah, one instrument to go, and just need. I think this is technically go mode now, no matter what's in the end.
Yeah.
Well, that's sorry. Once you get that instrument, of course.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen Helm Order hint yet, have you?
No, I have not. I kind of stopped checking hints, which is not necessarily the best practice.
Yeah, it kind of just depends on the player, like whether you want to read all the hints or whether you only need like a couple. Like, it just depends, really.
I think that's all the bananas I need. I'm not sure if I counted properly. I don't think I heard the little sound, so I'm just gonna grab a few more. This is some pretty funny music though. When you do Lanky's balloon, the music automatically speeds up, no matter what soundtrack it is. So that can make for some pretty entertaining situations. Oh, it was 206. Okay. I wrote down 205 earlier, but we got it now. And this will also let me double check all the blueprint counts here while I'm turning in color bananas, and this will be our last in-level boss fight. We'll have, of course, K. Rool at the very end, but this will be... could be anything at this point. It could be literally any boss.
You also have to do Castle as well at some point.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Gotta go back to Castle. That should be a pretty quick trip. I think I'm only missing maybe like 30 or 40 color bananas there. Not a big deal. So I have a total of 51 golden bananas to turn in. Of course, once I dump all my blueprints. And if I get about 10 more between the next two levels, that'll put me at about 61. So I only need a handful of more golden bananas before I'm pretty much ready to complete the seed. So we're well on our way here to having a pretty solid time, I think. Especially since I do not need to collect any more colored bananas besides Castle. Nice and quick. And a very nice easy boss fight here.
This boss fight isn't shortened at all. We decided that the first fight for Dogodon and Armadillo was short enough, and so shortening it wouldn't really yield all too much benefit.
Yeah, he goes pretty quick. I just intentionally jump into him there just to help speed up his next phase a little bit, get him into his next spot to start shooting at me. Got one more phase and we're all done here. Honestly, the levels that I was given to collect color bananas in were honestly pretty good. We didn't get Forest, we didn't get Galleon, which are two of the sometimes harder ones to get. I'll absolutely take that.
Yeah, those levels being the end levels are really nice because you can really just like not need to worry about like you can probably skip those levels as long as Tiny Sax isn't there. But even if it is there, you don't need to do much there anyway, so it's not really too bad at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop into those levels, grab the blueprints, because blueprints are very quick to get. And we'll be on our way after that. Maybe grab some real quick golden bananas there. There's a few quick ones in Galleon. Not so much with Fungi, but that's okay.
Yeah, practically zero in Fungi.
Yeah. But hopefully one day in a future patch of DK64 Randomizer, we'll have some some faster golden bananas there. You never know.
We've certainly got some things planned in the pipework to help fungi out.
Excellent. You heard it here first. I hope I'm on the pad. I think I fell off. No, I didn't. Cool.
Yeah, and the good thing with Galleon as well is that with one of the settings which we have, or Romulus has enabled, called Fast GBs, there's quite a few GBs in Galleon which have gotten quite a significant buff. So, oof. Unfortunate level 6. But, yeah, there's a few GBs in Galleon which have gotten quite a significant buff. So that, you know, they're faster to get, and honestly, they're worthwhile getting if they're an earlier level compared to some other levels like Aztec.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's only 2 shops here in Forest. There's Cranky over here, and then there's one more that's locked behind Feather Bow and Pineapple Launcher, which we don't have yet. This is a shared upgrade, but I'm just going to pop in and see what it is. I don't even have enough. Unfortunate. I think someone else has enough goals. I think Tiny has like 30 or something ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, ammo belt isn't super helpful, but just a nice little, like, especially early game, if you get it, it's pretty handy, but don't have it, don't really need it for late game. So now there's another section over here that's blocked off behind Lanky's gun. I'm gonna go real quick over to that section. There's a blueprint over there, which I'll grab. If I can aim properly. There we go. And I do still now have the habit, when I'm like turning corners and I know that there's an enemy nearby, I always take it a little slow, or I should be taking it a little slow, because you never know when one of the security guards is just gonna pop out of nowhere and just, you know, ruin your day. Helps keep you on your toes.
Yeah, we have some systems in place to make sure that certain enemies can only replace certain other types of enemies. That way, it doesn't become too painful for logic to make sure that certain rooms are beatable. So the security guards that Romulus is mentioning definitely can be down that tunnel, but there's quite a lot of areas in Fungi where he's pretty safe.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't have to worry about him. There we go. This is a fun little trick I don't get to do too often.
Boing.
Yeah, a little known fact, if you hold A whilst on a bouncy mushroom, or after jumping from a bouncy mushroom, the Kong will have a lower gravity, which means that you can jump higher, and jumps like that are possible.
And it helps with Tiny too, because she has Ponytail Twirl just to help extend to let you get over to that platform that I was trying to get to. Honestly, I think that's all I want to do here in Forest for now. I think I'm going to go back to Castle at this point. Because I need to get the rest of the color bananas there in Castle. So we'll just clear that up real quick. It's level 3, yeah, okay. Be nice to me, please. Alright.
Yeah, this Splat right here can be quite annoying because Splats have a tendency to shockwave quite a lot, and if Romulus is in not quite the right place, he can get shockwaved into the acid, which will instant kill him and send him back to the start of the lobby, which isn't good.
And even worse, in like the adjacent like alcoves with the hint doors, if that Splat shockwaves, the shockwaves go through the walls and can hit you into the acid below. So it's like doubly bad if you look at it that way.
Yeah. That's happened to me a lot before. I'm trying to avoid that happening again. Yeah, now I'm just kind of retracing my steps to pick up any colored bananas that I might have missed. I think there's a balloon in here. No, I'm wrong. So I only need, I'm at 127, need 158, so I need just about 30 more. Not that big of a deal at all. I can actually get almost all of them here.
Yeah, there's 2 balloons in this room, so definitely pretty quick.
Or it would be if I had Chunky's gun, but I still don't have Chunky's gun, so I'm gonna...
Oh yeah.
just gonna collect these bunches over here. I also don't have a red slam, super duper Simian slam. So I'm just gonna up down here. Grab some more. We're at 144. Oh, I should be on the correct column there. There we go. Okay, so I only need 4 more. I think there might be one more bunch over here I'll just grab, and then we can head on over to the actual last boss fight. Oh, that is unfortunate. Not grab either of those balloons. I know where Chunky's gun is, I just haven't gone back to get it, which is probably a mistake by this point, but by now we're just rolling with it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any scenario where you need Chunky's gun at this point.
Yeah, most likely. Maybe in Helm if there's like one of the mini games where you gotta shoot something and you can't swap. But I think that's a pretty unlikely situation.
Yeah, and you can always swap outside of the barrel.
Very true. Alright, one more boss fight.
Mind if I jump in real quick?
Go for it, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go
All
ahead.
right, thank you so much, Carter Freak, for that $18 donation saying this is the last bit I can put towards Romulus singing the DK rap. Good luck, chat, from here. Let's reach that 1,000.
Let's get to it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think we are only, what, $120 away from getting that DK wrap. Everybody who's just coming in, if we get to that $1,000 goal, we will get that wrap.
It will be money well spent because it is going to a charity, and I will also be rapping. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but here we are.
I feel like both of those are very fantastic reasons for their own, general specific reasons. That makes sense.
Alright, and it looks like this last boss fight, if I had to guess, it's gonna be Mad Jack. Yeah, here we go. So, if you played this game as a kid, you probably remember this boss fight and how horrible it was. It's still horrible, don't get me wrong. It's a little less horrible.
Yeah, this is arguably the hardest boss fight in the game. Especially for those reasons.
Yep, we're off to a great start already. That's okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mad Jack, once he pops out of his box, has a very big hitbox. And especially for Romulus here, who is on N64, he's going to be trying to look away from the boss. That's not quite the right tactic to do that, Romulus.
Nope,
but
definitely not.
He's going to be trying to look away from the boss a bit, because Magic produces quite a lot of sparkles, which produces a little bit too much intensity on the graphical engine of DK64, so it causes a lot of lag. So he's going to try and do that where possible.
If I remember. If I'm not actively running the risk of falling off the pillars here. One nice thing about this boss fight, though, normally when you play DK, you have to do 5 phases of him just jumping around, wasting time. But now we only have to do 3. He also does the same number of jumps every single time in every single phase. So if you have the wherewithal to count, which can sometimes be difficult, as we saw earlier in the run, it just helps make this a little bit easier. This last phase should have 15 jumps, not too bad.
It sounds a lot scarier if you don't know how that works. This boss works, though.
Yes.
Also, $100 more until you have to sing the DK rap, by the way.
Oh boy. I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting myself hyped up for it now. But I don't know, Magic seems to have other plans. Well, actually, no, Magic is just delaying, so we have more time to get more donations in. So Magic's being a real homie here. Be the last jump. I was wrong. See, counting is hard. But we finally get it. We finally got it. We finally got that last key. Thank goodness. So now we just need to collect enough golden bananas to enter Hideout Home.
Yeah, and it looks like you have, you know, roughly around about like 10 to 15 more color bananas to get. Oh, not color bananas, gold bananas to get, whether in blueprint form or in a regular form. So
yeah, and so we'll just go to this last level, which we now know is Galleon by process of elimination. And hopefully I have enough to gain entrance. 45 is probably a little on the low side if I had to guess.
And if I cut in again?
Absolutely. Absolutely
All
not,
right,
rather. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, that's fine. I'm gonna talk anyways.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much to Primorix for that $20 donation, making us only $100 away from that DK wrap. And remember, we don't only just have that DK wrap coming up, we also have polls and targets that we can get to. Our next target is for Pokemon Gold, chat names the player. And then our next bid is going to be for Asphalt display style. So definitely check all of those out. We have some really cool stuff going on. Exclamation point D to get that donation link.
E for Donkey Kong.
And there are 3 more shops here in Galleon where hopefully we will find Tiny Saxophone, the last thing that we need. I forgot that we do need that one final upgrade.
Yeah, and if it's not in this level, oh, dang.
I got baited. I didn't see him
Uh-oh.
I think that's the first time we gotten caught, hasn't it?
there. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Somehow avoided it.
So there's an example of what happens when the security guard catches you. Like we had to do a lot of work to actually make him like usable in like the main levels, because again he's only in the bonus games. We had to give him like a death animation. We had to make him drop something. A lot of work went into just that one enemy.
definitely adds a lot to the game, honestly. Even though getting caught kind of sucks, it's hilarious when it does happen. It's a lot of fun.
Also makes you kind of, I don't want to say hesitate, but keeps you on your toes to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of DK64 enemies you just like roll into or just like hit and it's dead. I feel like it just adds a new dimension to where like you're not always just like rolling into like every corridor, because at worst there's an enemy which you can just roll into and kill. You know, like I think it makes it more fun, but I'm a bit biased. I did code in the guard, so
Understandable bias, Wallen.
look, all the dev team have like the feature that they are slightly biased towards. And so it's quite funny to see what the where the biases are.
I don't know. I don't think I'm biased toward any feature. I guess my favorite thing about this random is I love how all the features, like, we come up with all this crazy stuff. They all kind of just come together. I think that's my favorite part about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it harmonizes quite well, which is surprising given that like we have like a suggestion channel on the Discord where anyone can suggest anything they want in terms of like new randomizer features, and so usually when it comes to an update, like a lot of people have contributed in some way, shape, or form, whether it's been coding or whether it's like ideas for features, and they harmonize pretty well. So yeah, you definitely got a point.
All right, so the other two shops here in Galleon are both over in this area. We're gonna real quick check them out just to cover all our bases, make sure we know where everything is.
Yeah, if Saxophone isn't in either of these shops, you're probably going to have to go back to Fungi to check that one shop.
Yeah, which means I need to go find Chunky's gun too, so that will be extra fun. Although, I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I'm pretty sure it's over in Japes at Cranky's. I think I left it over there earlier. So that'll be a pretty quick trip back there if I do have to make a return trip. But it looks like it might be here. There we go.
Nice. So we're in go
And
mode.
there is go mode.
Yeah. So now we just need to get a few more golden bananas. I need to count up how many I have here. Actually, seeing as Chunky was also in this shop, I'm just going to go ahead and grab his gun.
There wasn't in Japes.
Yeah, I thought it was. I guess I just didn't clear it off of my tracker. So yeah, now we got everything we need. We got a total of 13 blueprints, so it puts us at 60 total, so I only need 9 more. There's a bunch of pretty quick ones, not only here in Galleon, but we can also go back to some on DK Isle that we can get. That's an example of just how good Chunky's gun is. It absolutely obliterates that Porcasplat.
Guys, in 4 hits, I believe the coconut. Or sorry, it's 4 or 5 hits. 5 hits, I think.
I think it is
Right?
5.
And then coconut and peanut take 8, and then grape and feather take a fuck ton. Oops, sorry for swear.
15. It's
Yeah,
not
it's-
2 decimals.
Yeah, it's 15. It's just way too much, so I just never even bother using their guns really ever.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this area over here, the lighthouse is already spinning, and this ship here is already circulating around the lighthouse. Normally, I think you have to pull the switch up at the top of the lighthouse with DK. Now we can just come down here, slam the switch, and we get a free golden banana.
So essentially, we have activated what is called lag mode on N64. This ship it kind of with a lot of other things in the game where it's a moving object, so it's having to dynamically calculate object collisions and polygons and stuff like that. It causes a lot of lag on the N64, and unfortunately, I've tried quite a few ways to try and reduce the lag, but unfortunately, there's no real way to do so. So it's one of those unfortunate things.
Even though Galleon's the last level, there's still a little bit of quick. There's like we were talking about how earlier, Galleon's kind of a rough level, but there is still a couple of quick ones in here.
Yeah, there's this on guard. There's a chest here at the very bottom, which just has one banana just sitting there. There's a free one with Chunky that I got at the start of the level. There's a couple other ones that are decently fast. But honestly, Galleon's not too bad for gathering up some more golden bananas. As you can see now, I have the maximum amount of polygons on my screen, possibly, so there's just tons of lag.
Yeah, DK64 is very intense on the graphical engine. Honestly, it's probably the thing which makes the game lag the most. Like, there's a few things in terms of loading which are not incredibly optimized, but yeah, in terms of everything else, like DK64 really wreaks havoc on the graphics side.
Oh yeah. And Ballum, since we have a minute here while I'm just dumping some blueprints, do you want to talk about the fast GB setting that is enabled on this seed, where some slower bananas have been sped up?
Yeah, sure. So there's various golden bananas in the game which are kind of slow. And so, as I kind of mentioned earlier whilst Romulus was in Japes, our idea is to make most of the bananas in the game roughly equal in terms of time frame, to the point of where the bananas you're collecting is based on like your situation rather than any kind of base metric. So with that, it allows more variety in routing. So that's the whole idea behind fast GBs. So, for example, one of them is that the Diddy R&D minigame in Factory, where you have to hit 3 different button combinations to spawn 3 different waves of enemies. It's quite a long minigame, takes around about 2 to 3 minutes to complete. We have reduced this to only 1 combination of 4. Likewise, yet again in Factory, there is a wooden piano that is in Factory where you have to do some form of memory game. Another really long one to beat, and so we've reduced it down from 5 waves of remembering stuff down to 3. So it's that kind of reasoning and logic behind it is just making sure that like most GBs are roughly similar in terms of time length.
Yeah, and once they all become roughly similar, that helps a lot regarding deciding what bananas to go to. You can just, instead of thinking, okay, what are the fastest bananas, you can instead think, what unlocks do I have? What moves do I have accessible to me? Which will then let me go and get any GBs that are nearby. So, alright, with that, we're going to go back to Isles. There are a few more quick GBs here. I only need, I think, 5 more. Just gonna grab a few of these, and then we'll be heading off to Helm.
Yeah.
And speaking of more of something, we're only $80 away from making Romulus sing the DK rap, so get your donations in now.
Yeah, time is dwindling for that.
Yeah, we've only got
close to the
about
end of the seed here.
20 to 30 minutes left of the seed, so if you want to hear those lovely Romulus vocals, donate now. Goal is $1,000, and it goes to a great cause, which is the Child's Play charity. So, yeah, not only helping the stream value, but you're also helping out with a good cause. So,
yeah, no reason not to. Of course, if you are willing.
I just put in $20 for swearing on someone else's stream, so Now, I'm not saying you guys in chat should swear in the stream too, but you should donate.
So in addition to all the gun switch GBs, on DK Isles there's also a music pad for every single Kong. Those are also pretty quick to get, so I'm collecting a few of those right now. I only need 3 more, so very nearly done collecting golden. So now I gotta think about what are the other fast ones that I can get. That one hit. Pop in here, there's one here, and then I'm actually gonna go dip into Japes, since it's right there. And I'm only gonna grab one. We need to get to 69, but there's one very close to the entrance into Hideout Helm that I'm going to grab. So that'll be the 69th. So this is the 67th, so we just need one more. And there's a pretty quick one right here in Japes that I'll be able to get. One more visit to one of my favorite levels in the game. I'm curious, Tudos, what is one of your favorite levels in this game?
I'm a big fan of Frantic Factory. Well, obviously it's randomized in here, but I think it has the best music. You get Chunky Kong in there. The production room has the sickest beat in the whole game.
Oh yeah.
It does have the hardest, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game. So, definitely my favorite.
Very, very good choice. Colin, what about you? What is your favorite level?
Are we counting Helm?
Did you say Helm?
Yeah, are we counting it, or are we...
Oh. Sure. Why not?
Helm, because I think it offers a fair amount of variety compared to the other 7 levels. Like, there's a lot of like interesting mechanics throughout the game, but Helm, like, you know, it's under a timer, and you got, you know, it's my personal favorite.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, because we're just about to go in right now. There it is, that glorious 69. Let me see those nices in chat, please.
One of the reasons you do need Gorilla Gun is for this jump right here, and you also need it for the K. Rool fight. Otherwise, besides the one gold banana in Crystal Caves, it's not used very much anywhere.
It is also used in the final K. Rool boss fight. I don't know if you said that. Did you say that? And I missed it.
Yeah, I did.
I should learn to pay attention.
Well, I mean, you're paying attention to a game, so it's understandable.
Welcome to bonus stage.
And just a heads up, the security guards can show up in Helm, and they can catch you, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
That would be an unfortunate outcome.
We're at $60 more away from Romulus being able to sing the DK rap here. We are very, very close. You do have Helm and K. Rool fight to get in, bro. Go ahead and say what you're saying. Sorry.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just saying we are very close. Thank you so much, Leslie Ellis, for that $20 donation thing. Great going, guys. And then also to you, Tudos, for that $20 donation for, you know, Star Drive donation.
Sorry. I won't do it again.
You know what? You paid your price. You paid your price, but you're on thin ice, so.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh.
All right, so that's one set of minigames done. It's randomly decided each seed. There's 3 Kongs that you need to go ahead and complete these rooms for. So we got DK as the first one, and the second one here is going to be Lanky.
Well, I spy with my little eye something that looks like a security cop in that lanky room.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to completely forget was there as soon as I complete the first minigame and then proceed to get kicked out for. Oh, wrong one. And down there you can see a green light flashing right there as well. That shows us that the last one is going to be Chunky Kong. Camera, please. Thank you.
So now that we're getting kind of into the twilight of the run here, if you have been enjoying this and are wondering how do you play DK64 Randomizer in terms of how you get the randomized ROM and everything like that, go to dk64randomizer.com or feel free to join Discord at discord.dk64randomizer.com. You'll have a fun time, and yeah.
Yeah, as someone who started playing this game only this year in terms of randomized, it's a ton of fun, and it's pretty easy to learn. Even if you've only played DK maybe once or twice as a kid, it is very, very fun.
In fact, the person who we had someone who joined the Discord who never played DK64 before, and they got into DK64 through the randomizer, and at the 1.5 community race they were the winner by, I think it was around about 10 minutes in the end. So definitely it is easy to get onto DK64 through the randomizer regardless of your skill level.
Yeah. And we are I think we're starting to get into some weekly races hosted in our Discord, so if that's something that sounds interesting to you, we'd love to have you. Got the kill during the cutscene. Let's go.
Nice.
Alright, so now we just got Chunky's room left. Oh. It's also very fun when you have randomized cosmetics enabled when you make a seed. You get goofy little music like that where it doesn't match up at all. I've gotten game over music when a Kong plays their instrument, and it always makes me laugh.
Yeah, there's a lot of cosmetic options with Randomizer to have some fun with it.
I was not expecting a mushroom to pop out there. Another thing that makes it entertaining.
No one ever does.
Alright, this is our last minigame. And we finally get a maze minigame. There's so many maze minigames, and we haven't seen any of them yet.
Thankfully, this is the easiest maze mall, so we're not going to have any 2-minute maze games in this randomizer run.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, this is the Jungle Japes one, so pretty straightforward. I would say you get the cool music with it, but of course that's randomized, so...
Yeah.
Alright, and that's our last minigame. We didn't see any beaver bother, which was my biggest concern coming into this showcase. So I consider that absolute win, not having to play that cursed minigame.
Oh, it's kind of, at the same time, it's kind of sad that we didn't get beaver bothering, because we actually implemented a slight buff to your your claptrap in that game, right, Blam?
Yeah, both a cosmetic buff and a gameplay buff.
Yeah, so basically we have a couple dozen a couple dozen models you can pick from to make your claptrap in that game. In addition, we added gold beavers, or I guess a chance for gold beavers, and they count for 2 getting in the hole instead of the 1. So there's a minor buff there. And actually, if you saw just now, Romulus peeked at that little board behind K. Rule's seat there. That actually tells you which colonies you need to fight the final boss in case you're missing some moves still.
Yeah, because we're only needed to fight with 3 different cards. So got Lanky, DK, and Chunky. I think are the 3 we got.
Speaking of only, we only need $60 more to make Romulus sing the DK64 rap, and we have about 10 minutes left of the run, so make sure to get some donations in.
Yeah.
You fixed fake key in the randomizer, right? Yes, we did fix fake key. It is not a thing in this. We did fix a couple of glitches, I believe, as well, and that was the big one.
Yeah, we fixed fake key, fake production room, fake helm banana medals. I love the word fake in these glitches here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this game where you collect them or you activate them and it doesn't actually collect or activate, so kind of funny.
You might have also noticed we did not need to collect a Nintendo coin or a Rareware coin, which you normally need to do in order to open up a few doors to actually access Key 8. Those requirements have been removed.
It's also worth noting, kind of, with Beaverbov mentioned, is that we have prohibited some mini-games from appearing in Helm for various reasons. Beaverbother being one of them, because we didn't think it would be fair, especially to those who don't like Beaverbother at all, to make it a mandatory mini-game. So, if you want to play this, but you don't want to do Beaverbother, don't worry, it will never be mandatory for a season unless you otherwise specify.
And to that point, there is a setting that you can enable that makes every bonus barrel Beaverbother. I don't know why you would do that, but you can.
People have done it too.
Ugh. Oh, thank you.
Yo, $50 more to go. We're almost there, chat. We can get to the $1,000 here.
We've got about 3 to 4 minutes of this run left, so
Very close to being done. We only got DK, and we got Chunky Phase we gotta do. We all done. And that should do it for DK phase. One more phase to go. All that stands between us and finishing off the seed are 3 punches with Chunky Kong. There's also some very, very fun music to have with the final boss, the introduction music of the game, the intro story. Always makes for a fun time. And this is one reason that we need a lot of stuff for Chunky, because as you can see, we need his Gorilla Gun, and we need Hunky Chunky just for this boss fight. Even though we next to never need to use Hunky Chunky any other time really throughout the run.
Oh, it's funny really watching on N64 K. Rool in this phase, just like the very first part where he runs really slowly to you. I always thought that was really funny.
Oh no, he's coming.
And then the third phase, he absolutely demolishes you the first time, so you don't expect how fast it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Pop in real quick just to say that Shafee is getting a $5 train going. We only have $45 more to go ahead and get this DK wrap. Let's get it, chat.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I accidentally
You
clicked. Oh no.
You pressed A instead of B.
Never ever seen someone do that before.
Yo, 35 more?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's time actually.
We got it!
We got
Let's
it.
go!
Got
Did we get it?
We did!
Oh
Thank
my
you so
God.
Thank you so
timing.
much, Skippers Grand for that. I'll double the $5 ask. It's only right for that $10. Captain MD for that $50 donation. And then Carter Freak with that last $5 donation. And with that, we hit that grand.
You guys are amazing. I don't know why you want this, but
That was a fast seed. Holy crap.
yeah, that was actually the fastest I've ever done a seed, surprisingly. We'll absolutely take a seed peep.
Yeah.
Alright, so what were the rules? Just me doing the DK rap? Is that what we're doing?
Yep, just you. 1,000 for just you. So have fun with the solo DK rap. I'm excited to hear this.
Alright, hang on 1 second, let me
Well, I guess you could pull up like the practice run or something and watch it through the practice run.
I have a better idea here. Alright, we're gonna mute my game audio. Stick with me here. Here we go. So they're finally here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap as we take you through this monkey rap. Huh, DK, Donkey Kong, leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. Huh, DK, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong is here. This Kong's got style, so listen up, dudes. She can shrink in size to suit her mood. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can float through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she's one cool Kong. Huh, DK, Donkey Kong, DK. Oh, wait, crap. He has no style or grace. Sorry, Link. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a baboon. This crazy Kong just digs this tune. Huh, DK, Donkey Kong, DK. Donkey Kong is here. Oh yeah, he's back again. And about time too. And this time, he's in the mood. He can fly real high with his jetpack on, with his pistols out. He's one tough Kong. He'll make you smile when you play his tune. But Kremlings beware, cause he's after you. Oh, DK, Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. It's the best member of the DK crew. This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a Kremlin cry out for his mommy. Can pick a boulder up with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, which is incorrect, but this Kong's one heck of a guy. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah! You're welcome.
My mic couldn't pick up my clapping, but I was clapping for that.
It's such a banger. That was a lot of fun. Great time. Also showing off DK Randomizer. I hope you all had an excellent time. I know I sure did. I'd like to take a moment real quick just to thank Tudos and Balam for agreeing to come on and help me out with some commentary and talk a little bit about this wonderful game that they put together. And a special thank you to Carter Freak as well for putting on such a great event. Tudos, Balam, anything else you guys want to say about your beautiful game?
Fantastic performance, by the way. I'm nominating you for a Grammy.
That's funny because my first name is Graham.
I just want to say, like, a shout out to all the developers of DK64 Randomizer. So we have Tudos, who's obviously on comms, Bismuth, who is doing a future feature, which you'll be seeing at some point in the future. Alrock, who has done a lot of the logic, along with Shadowshine and Xenernicus. And also a big shout out to Kilklee, who has done a ton of the website work. So yeah, I think it's just worth getting their names out and thanking them for all the wonderful work that they have done.
Tudos, how about you?
Don't really have much to say. I guess just a big shout out to like everyone who like was even remotely interested in DK6. I didn't know people would be interested in this, but hey, it's a lot of fun. If you want to get into it too, DK64randomizer.com. That's where you want to go.
Yes, that's the place to be. With that, I think that'll about do it for us. Thank you again, everybody. It's been a great time.
Yeah, thank you for the awesome run and the fantastic DK rap. That was worth every penny, and I will speak to chat on that one. Thank you so much. And I want to give a huge thank you to everybody who donated. I kind of went through it really quick, but Shafee, Spiffers the Grand, Captain MD, Carter Freak, and Ceiling Cat. Thank you so much for all those awesome donations. Everybody here is wonderful. Every little bit is going towards a child's play. Thank you so, so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
All right, and with that, we are going to take a bit of an intermission, and our next game is Pikaniku, Any Present, race between Zazamortis and, oh goodness, Cairo Pan Christie. I hope I said those somewhat right. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a bit.
See you guys soon.